All right, good afternoon, everyone. To date, AARO has found no verifiable evidence for claims that the U.S. government or private companies have access to or have been reverse engineering extraterrestrial technology. AARO has found no evidence that any U.S. government investigation, academic-sponsored research, or official review panel has confirmed that any sighting of a UAP represented extraterrestrial technology.
Wow. Right, that's crazy. So, Brakatah Yahweh, Brakatah Yahweh Shai, all praises and all honor and all glory unto Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham, Rakah Quadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and do well, to the elder apostles in Connecticut, to the bishops, the priests, the teachers, the evangelists in the four winds, preaching in truth and sincerity, risking your lives more now than ever, the hopeful elect, a shalom, to the Israelite foreigners whose phenotype may look like another nation, but bloodline goes back to Israel through your father and have come back to the fold, shalom, to you sisters, you Akwathium, who listen and learn under your husband, which is your spiritual leader, with meekness and with silence, shalom. This your brother Aram Yahawada with the lesson. Yeah, so this article says this is Reuters. Yeah, this is the news organization Reuters. It's a Starliner journey to space, first ever private space, whatever, something. But it says Pentagon UFO reports say most sightings, ordinary objects, and phenomenon. Right, and then we just heard the thing in the beginning that they're talking about that they not reverse engineering, so-called what they call extraterrestrial technology, and no, they're getting they're not. It can't be because angels ain't gonna crash, right? But they're definitely getting something from somewhere, and it could be directly from Satan, putting it in their mind, in their head to build certain things and to do this and do that, so these things work, because they definitely have their own so-called UFOs or UAPs, to part of a Project Bluebeam to trick people, right? Because that's why they want to continue to call it aliens or whatever, So, but it says a Pentagon report of unidentified flying objects said U.S. government investigations since the end of World War II have found no evidence of extraterrestrial technology. See, and that's what they're trying to tell you, that hey, we don't know nothing. We ain't seen nothing. We don't know nothing. Whatever someone's saying, it's not happening. You know what I mean? So they want to give you misdirection, right? And has concluded that most sightings are misidentified ordinary objects and phenomenons. So phenomenons do happen. Obviously, the phenomenons do happen, but most of the time it's just ordinary objects, right? And it says the report released on Friday follows on from the 2022 Pentagon announcement that it then newly found all domain anomaly, what is it? Resolution Office, which is AARO. Actually, I didn't even know they had that's they created another, like a so-called task force for some stuff that's not happening, right? And had not found any evidence to suggest that aliens, right, which we know this the angels, right, and even just in the when you go into the word, because they like to put a thing on wordplay. Alien in itself just means someone foreign or something foreign, right? When angels come from the third dimension, they would be strangers, or you know, that's coming from a far place, right? It is an unusual sighting, unusual thing to see someone come from somewhere else or something come from somewhere else, right? Because what do they call the so-called you know, these so-called Mexicans and so-called you know, these other people who come from different, you know, Cuba or wherever they come from, Haiti, whatever, they come to America, they're calling them illegal aliens, right? So alien just means someone from a foreign place, right? And the third, right, the third dimension is a very foreign place to this place, right? Right? So it says have visited Earth, right? They have no evidence of such suggesting that aliens, right, have visited the Earth, right? Which we know aliens goes into just means some foreign, somebody foreign coming from a foreign place, right? That's all that means. And the third dimension is a foreign place to this place, right? Visited Earth or crash landed here, right? So, but they got the fucking what's that shit called? Area 51 since the time of World War II, that they got that no one can go back over there. But oh, by the way, we have no reports of this anything ever happening. But they're definitely doing something. I don't believe the angel crashed, or if the Lord did something and allowed something to land, because it could be of the Lord, man. The Lord could have allowed a chariot to come down, because it's something. And they definitely have their reverse engineering. They're saying they never reverse engineer it, but they definitely have some things that's gonna fool a lot of people that look like chariots, and they work, right? Somewhat, because they can't do everything the chariots do, but they you know, they come mighty close to doing what you could do on a so-called human level, which you would feel like that has to be it, because humanly that's impossible. But they can't do what the chariots can do, where they can shrink and grow big and then disappear and then reappear. So a lot of their things is using like I said, Project Bluebeam is going to be in full effect, because they're going to have to use a lot of movie magic inconclusive to the so-called sightings, right, of their sightings. But you're not gonna have to do that when it comes to the actual chariots, man, right? Right. So this is scrolling down, and it says under the 2023 National Defense Authorization Act, ARRO, right, which that's what we got right here, the ARRO, which is All Anomaly Resolution Office, or All Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, right, was required to issue a report to Congress detailing the government's historical record releasing to unidentified anomalous phenomenons, or UAPs. Like I said, UAPs, unidentified anomalous phenomenons, since 1945. But up here, we have never seen. There's no. This is. There's no evidence, right? Suggesting any alien. No, there's no evidence. But they got a whole department behind it and created a new department, and then said that they have to give them all the reports. But it's never happened. But but since 1945, they've been given information, having information of UAPs, right? So it says, and it delivered the first of 2 volumes of that to Congress last week. It says Pentagon Press Secretary Major General Pat Ryder said in statement accompanying the release of the unclassified version, right? So they're releasing these unclassified versions, documents, all these different things on UAPs, right? But it's never happened. We have no. Yeah, so it says the AARO, right? Right, this department that they created, right? All Anomaly Resolution Office, right? So it's found no evidence that any USG, United States, well, it must be the United States government investigation academic sponsored research or official review panel has confirmed that any sightings of UAPs presented was it extraterrestrial technology. The report's exclusive summary said. Yeah, and this is, although many UAP reports remain unsolved or unidentified, the ARRO assesses, right, which means they judge or they investigate, that if more and better quality data were available, most of these cases also could be identified and resolved as ordinary objects or phenomenon, it said. Yes, the report said that since 1945, the government had funded investigations to determine, and it's still funding investigations, right? Because that's what the so-called AARO is about. So we're funding some things that don't exist, or there's no evidence of it, but we're still funding. Yeah, right. That makes sense. I mean, not we, but the so-called government just using it as a thing because it's not me. It's not, yeah, because this is, you know, we're home away from home, right? Because our kingdom is coming, right? And this is what they're afraid of. So it says, the report said since 1945, the government has funded investigations to determine whether UAPs represented a flight safety risk. Technology leaps by competitor nations. So hey, it could be another nation. It could be their technology. They have these great technology. Maybe it ain't them. You know, they had the fucking Chinese balloons over the U.S. for several weeks supposedly before they so-called went out and shot them down or popped them or whatever they did. If that was even the case, right? Who knows? Because that's, you know, that's some weirdo things in the first place, right? How do you have a moment like 9/11, right? Cause let's just say the 9/11 situation was legitimate. How do you not increase air, sea, and everything as far as weaponry, right? Even the ballistic missiles. I would increase ballistic missiles system, right? Ground air ballistic missile system. I would increase that after that, or even you would even maybe even the government would take over some of those buildings, and you would put ballistic missile things on some of those buildings, right? Or you know they got laser weapons. I will put one of my new technology laser weapons in case anything flies or think it could fly in within an air zone. I'm gonna shoot it down quickly, right? After 9/11, if it's legitimately da 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 da, so on and so forth, right? You're about the greatest military, we're the greatest military, we're the greatest country in the world. Well, if you got the greatest, wouldn't you want to protect the greatest? Wouldn't you do the greatest thing you could ever do? Right? Hey. Right? But balloons were over your skies for days. And then you turn around and say it's the Chinese. Who, I mean, you trade a lot with, but then they also pose a threat to you. Taiwan, these other things, they pose threats to you before. I remember when I was in high school, they had reported that China had a bunch of microphones in the Oval Office or something like that, right? And they found that they knew it was Chinese microphones, right? So how do you play with somebody like that? Yeah, the report said that since 1945, the government had funded investigations to determine whether UAPs represent a flight safety risk, right? Technical leaps by competitor nations, should have said or technological leaps of competitor nations, or evidence of off-world technology under intelligent control, right? Which the angels are very intelligent, right? That's what Al-Shaja means, right? Intelligent demon-like power, right? Right? So That's what the Lord's going to show you, man. He's going to show you that, hey, it is terrible to fall into the hands of the living power, man. So that's ultimately what's going to happen, man. You're going to find out it's no what do you call it, alien in the you know, the way they do in these movies, right? With the elongated head and the silver teeth, whatever it is, and then it drools, and it's acid, or it's you know, or it's green. It's a little Martian or whatever madness they like to come up with, right? You're gonna see that it's gonna be so-called black men, right, for lack of a better word, and they're gonna be angels, really angelic beings that look like black men. They're gonna be angry and very intelligent and very it's gonna be a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power, man. Right? Yeah, so it says just going down from there, it says the report said there was a persistent narrative in popular culture, right? This is where they're gonna, basically dismiss you or dismiss what they've done, and then people have noticed, Area 51 has not been anything for whatever, for no reason. They've definitely been creating either weapons of mass destruction or something. They've been doing something over there. They don't let anybody over there, right? They're doing some type of weirdo experiment or whatever they're doing, because no one can ever go in there, right? But they definitely been doing something. So the reports say that there was a persistent narrative in popular culture that the government or secretive organizations within it, right, which we know that exists, but now that they have to dumb it down, right, try to make it seem all dumb, but everybody know there's secret societies within all these basically these governments. It's not just the United States. Every government, they have a secret society, right? Because even if you want to go into just saying you have your black ops, you have your MI6, though that in itself is like a secret organization, right? Right? You can't say you don't have your undercover spies and this and this and that and things that run in a certain way, right? You didn't create, right, this you literally said it right here. You created this organization. Oh, right here. This is where it was at. You literally said all domain anomaly resolved resolution office, right? All domain anomaly resolution office was created, right, to research aliens and unidentified flying phenomenons or ordinary objects, whatever it may be. You're funding money to organizations. We've never even seen this organization. Don't know what it's about. Don't never. You know what I mean? What is it? But we have to go. The secretive organizations within it, like that doesn't exist. Oh no, ha 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 ha! Those secretive organizations within it have recovered several off-world spacecrafts and extraterrestrial biological remains. That's never happened. You silly kids, right? Which that part never happened, probably, most likely, because we're not talking. The angels ain't gonna crash and leave you with body parts, because the angels can't die, right? But they definitely have something. It's definitely something, They're definitely doing something. We can't negate that they're not doing something. And operates programs to reverse engineer the recovered technology. But you're definitely doing something. You're reverse engineering something, or you're doing something to create your artificial intelligence, right? Because that's what you did. That's basically what AI is. It's artificial. It's fake. It's fake technology. It's not the real intelligence, right? Because that's what you said you wanted to know. If it's under intelligent control, and the chariots are under very intelligent control, it's under the control of him that created the whole universe, man. Right? Right. So this is Obadiah chapter 1, right? Because there's only one chapter, but verse 3. The pride of thy heart, right? Heart goes into lob, which is your mind, right? Esau, Edom, your mind, right? That's why you did all that rendition just to say that you're not reverse engineering things. Why? Because what was it that what is it called? Redacted, right? You go on YouTube. It's a husband and a wife team. I forget their name. But the show's called Redacted, and there was a couple of experts on there, so-called experts, should I say, that was explaining how you guys are reverse engineering technology from, things from extraterrestrial beings, right? And I don't think you're doing it from the angels, but you're definitely creating something, right, to do what you could do, right? So, to fool people doing Project Bluebeam, right? Doing this, doing this final hour. So some will be deceived by your ability to trick people into believing there's actual aliens, green Martians, or whatever, however you want to call it. I mean, and be destroyed that way. Or hey, because even some people think that they're demons, right? Which, what's good for me may not be good for you. So it may be a demon for you or to you, right? That's the thing about that, right? Right. But it says the pride of thy heart have deceived thee, right? So the technology that you have created and that you have, it just deceive you, right? Thus that dwelleth in the cliffs of the rocks, whose habitation is high, and that saith in his heart, lob, which in your mind, right? Because you got all this technology, and you are reverse engineering something, or you are doing something where you have your own makeshift chariots, right? UFOs, and you're gonna deceive the heart of the simple, right? The minds of the simple, who shall bring thee down to the ground. So in your mind, you're thinking no one's gonna bring you down. Matter of fact, let's get that. Yeah, this is a Bible Hub, and it has a couple different versions, which I'm gonna go ahead and go with the King James version for right now, and just kind of dive into a couple of these other ones. It says, "For they that are such serve not our Lord or Adawanya, Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach, but their own bellies," right? So people in this world, they're not concerned about what's actually going on, what what the government is doing, the spiritual warfare that's actually happening, right? The mind, the mind control, right? That's what government means. Government means mind control. The things that's actually going on, right? The mind games, right? The mind F, right? Because that's what they're doing. They're mind effing you. They're screwing with your minds, right? They're screwing your mind, right? That's what mind effing is, right? But their own bellies, right? And by good words and fair speeches deceive the hearts, right? Slob, which is your mind, of the simple. So they're gonna break it down, and some of these other ones, see, right here it says the hearts of the naive, right? Your mind, dealing with your mind. How are you naive? It's in your mind, right? I like this one right here. It says, flattering speeches, they deceive the hearts of the unsuspecting. And see, and that's what you are, you people are. You're very unsuspecting of what's going on. Even if you do kind of have a inkling of the Illuminati and the secret societies and the this and that, a lot of you don't know the power. You don't know the Most High, right? Which a lot of you are set up to be destroyed by the Most High unless you repent, and be converted and be healed, right? And that's if the Lord wants you to be converted and to be healed. But I would pray, if I was you, that the Lord will open up your eyes so that you could be converted and be healed, so you could see what's really going on. So you're not unsuspecting, you're not naive, you're not the simple of this world who believe all these different things. That's why they went through all that to say, hey, no, we're not. We know what you heard on this show, redacted, but we're not reverse engineering anything. We don't have this great technology that we're doing. We don't got these laser weapons. We're not preparing to fight the Lord, which that's what they're doing. They're preparing to fight the one who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, right? Which his real name is Yahushai, and the angels, and Michael, right? Don't forget about Michael. They're gonna have a world of hurt coming to them. But this is what has to happen. Yeah. So this is Isaiah chapter 14, verse 13. Thus has said in thy heart, right? Lob, going back into that, should their mind, right? I will ascend into heaven, right? To outer space, right? That's what you're doing. You got your space race back in the late 60s, right? And then you're basically got the what's the dude name? SpaceX or whatever it is, that SpaceX, right? Program going on. Plus you're going into outer space. You're doing all these different things. You got your space stations, all these different things out into the heavens, right? The outer heavens, right? Which even the heavens, right? The actual just the sky. You have your stealth bombers and your your different F-22s and these different jets. Even what's the name? Russia has the Su whatever it's called. Forgot what it's called. Su 33 or something like that. Right? Let's see if I can pull it up. Russian jet Su Russian jet. Yeah, Su 35. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, Su 35 and Su 57. Right? Yeah, Su 35, Su 57. You got all these different jets and stuff that goes in the sky that you prepare to fight the Lord with, right? In the sky, in the heavens, and then to exalt my throne above the stars, seeing that, and that's you going into so-called outer space, right? You got the space stations and all these different things, right? And you got what are they called? The Star Wars program, so you can fight against the Lord, right? The stars of the power, right? So you know that God create the power, the Most High, Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai has created all these things, but you're saying that you're going to exalt yourself above the Most High stars and somehow just reign and do your thing, right? And I will sit upon the mount of the congregation, right? And you're just going to rule over the Israelites, right? The congregation is dealing with the Israelites, right? Which we're also known as stars too. But you're basically saying you're going to be in outer space and sit over the Israelites and just reign forever and just rule. This is your mindset, right? In the sides of the north, right? North dealing with North America or Russia, right? Because Russia's in the north, right? You're just these Edomites that just completely in your mind, you're just going to reign and rule forever over what the Lord created, right? Right? Yeah, because you're saying what? I will ascend above the heights of the clouds, right? And will be like the Most High. See, in your mind, you want to be like the Most High. That's why you got all these different cameras and surveillance and all these different things that's in outer space, right? And these laser beams, you build what is it called? The Space Force, right? These are things and not created for no reason because they have not found any evidence of any so-called aliens visiting the earth, right? Which alien, right? When you go into that word, yeah, this is Entomology Online, 13th century, from Old French, 13th century. It says alien, stranger, foreigner. That's all it means, right? That is it. That's all alien means, right? All it means is a foreigner from somewhere else, and alien that you're trying to say is alien is really an angel, which the angels created this place. So it's technically not too foreign because it created this world. But yeah, compared to this world, coming from the third dimension into this world, yeah, it's foreign. All the sin and the filth and the immorality, yeah, that's definitely foreign to an angel, man, right? And they're coming to judge the quick and the dead, man, right? Because you're quick to run to mischief, right? And you're full of dead men's bones, man, as the scriptures say, right? Yeah, so this is Isaiah chapter 47, verse 7. And thus saith, I shall be a lady forever, right? So you're going to be the Statue of Liberty, Lady Liberty forever, right? Right? But your liberal things are only for cruel things, for cruel things, man, right? Right? Because even when you're so-called doing so-called righteous, you're always doing some type of wickedness, man. You don't know how not to be wicked, right? Your liberal things are just cruel. So that thus did it not lay these things to thy heart, right? To la'ab, your mind. La'ab, mind. You didn't lay it to your mind. Neither did thus remember the latter end of it, right? You didn't remember that hey, every empire have been destroyed, but you figure because of your technology that you may not have to go down this time, right? When you were the Greeks, you went down. As the Romans, you went down. So you figure this is going to be the time as the second leg of Rome, right? Your third time at bat, right? That this has to be the time that you're gonna bring all your things to fruition, right? Bring in the MOTB, the Charagma, right? The Charax, the Grapho, right? Offset prophecy. Make your laser weapons, guns, right? Reverse engineering, UAPs, right? And say that you're not, which that's very, very not convincing, right? Because we know that's what you're doing. You're doing something. I don't believe the angel crashed and gave and the Lord, but the Lord could do anything. He could allow you to have some type of thing just so it could be fun for him, to make sure that you can actually so-called give him a fight, man, just so he can destroy you in the right way, man. The Lord is a man of war, right? He gave you a lot of technology, man. That ain't by accident, right? But in your mind, La'ab, right? Right? You have not laid this, you thus did not lay these things to your mind. The Lord is going to judge you that he created all these things and gave you the technology for a reason. Neither did it remember the latter end. Yeah, this is Proverbs 16 verse 14, and it says, the Lord has made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. And I like what they did right here. Even for the day of disaster, right? The day of trouble, right? The day of doom, right? And that's ultimately what was happening. The Lord has saved you, going to preserve you, and all these things, gave you all this technology, all for the day of doom, man. Right? Yeah, so Proverbs 16 and 4, Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, have made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil, or the day of doom, or the day of destruction, or the day of disaster, right? For Esau Edom, right? It says, everyone that is proud in heart, see, and that's Esau, you're proud in your mind. Yeah, you say you sit as a lady, you're never gonna fall, you're never gonna have loss of sons, daughters, children, right? You're always going to be a lady, sit as a lady forever, right? Your technology has deceived your mind, making you think that, hey, you're never going to fall. Who can bring me down to the ground, right? But the Lord said, everyone that is proud in heart, La'ab, which is your mind, is an abomination to Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, though hand be joined in hand, he shall not be unpunished, right? So you could try to protect them or take up military arms with him, right? Which a lot of these nations are going to. They're going to team together. Basically, what Ronald Reagan said: if we all had a common enemy that came from outer space, wouldn't we all join together? Which that's what you're going to do. You're going to join hand in hand with Esau Edom, right? Whether it's the Russian or the American, in order to fight the Lord, right? Who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, which his real name is Yahweh Shai, which you ignorantly refers him as into a Edomite, a so-called white man, pale, right? Which that's really actually a sin, right? Because that is that's leprosy, right? Whether you're a clean leopard or a leopard that's contagious, it's still leprosy, right? And the Lord would not have his son as a leopard, man, right? That is absolutely insane, right? So this is Ezekiel chapter 28 verse 2. It says, son of man, say unto the prince of Tarshish, and that's also what you are too. You're Tarshish, besides Nineveh, right? Besides Babylon the Great, or the daughter of Babylon, which that's what you are. Egypt, Sodom, Assyria. You're also known as Tarshish, right? The prince of Tarshish, right? Because you incorporated all these different society, these deities and philosophies within your society, right? Thus saith Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, power, because thy heart, right, your lob, right, going back to that, stand with it, is lifted up. See, you're proud. That's the Lord saying, you're going to destroy a proud mind, right? Those are proud in mind. It's an abomination to him. and thus has said, I am God, I am a God, and sit in the and sit in the seat of God, right? See, and that's ultimately what you're doing with this space. What's it called? Space Force. Your Star Wars program. All these different things that you have in the cut, waiting, prepared for it. In the midst of the seas, which is dealing with the people, right? Right. You got this, because you got your military and all these different countries spread around the world, right? Because you're basically ruling the world, right? You got further a grasp than the time that you had when you were the pagan Roman Empire. So you got a further more grasp this time as the revised Roman Empire, right? So you got militaries all over these different countries. So the sea's dealing with people, yet thus are a man, right? Yeah, you got control of all these different people, and you got your satellites and your cameras that can see everywhere, and it makes you feel like you can know everything. You can hear everybody's speak in their speech. You can use their own phone, their camera against them, so you can see what they're doing. You can do all these things, so you can kind of be like God in a sense, but you're not God. You're not the Most High, right? The Most High can see it from the inner, but that's what you're God. That's what you're saying. Hey, wait a minute, I got to take it to that next level. That's where the MOTB is coming at, right? So you could be inside the person, because that's where the Most High is at, right? That's where the God gene is at. What you were pushing to get a jump shot in order to push out the God gene, right? But thus are a man and not the power. You're not the Most High. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Though thus sitteth, set thy heart, right, your mind, as the heart of power, right? You set your mind as if you're the Most High God, right? But you're not. You're just a man. Behold, right, which means feature eyes, look, pay attention. Thus are wiser than Daniel, and there is no secret that thus can hide from thee, right? And you got all these different cameras and what is it called, microphones, and all these different things, and drones, and it's a lot of things that cannot be hidden from you, right? So it will puff you up and make you think that you're God, right? You got all this technology. You could dig up all these different artifacts and this and that, and technology from this and this and from this age, and reverse engineer this, right? Then come out and say, hey, we're not reverse engineering this things, right? Keep calm, people. There's nothing to see over here. There's no reverse engineering over here. I mean, which is a dead giveaway, technically, for you to do that, right? Right. So this Isaiah chapter 47 verse 11. Therefore shall evils come upon thee. See, so that's ultimately the Lord said that all that proud mind and all that other stuff is an abomination to him. So therefore, what evil is going to come upon you, right? Right, and that's actually what Alashaja means, right? A demon-like intelligence, right? Evil shall come upon you, and thus shall not know from whence it riseth. So you're gonna know where it come from, right? The Lord says He's gonna put an evil thought in the mind of Gog, who lives in Magog, right? Right, and really all these other nations. It's not just gonna be him. All these other nations, the Lord gonna put an evil thought, even in your mother. She shall be ashamed of you. They're all gonna have a evil thought against America and Israel, which they already starting to get that, starting to develop that now, right? But you're still in the so-called driver's seat right now for the time being, right? And mischief shall fall upon thee, right? And thus shall not be able to put it off. Hey, so once this all start happening, you ain't gonna be able to just maneuver out of it, right? right? You're wiser than Daniel in a sense, but you're not the power. You're just a man. You're not God. You're just a man, right? So you're not going to be able to put this off. And desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thus shall not know. You didn't know about all this, right? So you like to stand on your intelligence and your ability to reverse engineer laser weapons and chariots, UAPs. You know, though you're saying you're not reverse engineering UAPs, or you're not making your own UAPs, which I believe that you are, which a lot of people believe that you are. You know what I mean? And we know that you are, right? So you like to stand on it. That's why the Lord says, stand now. Hey, stand on that stuff that you say you are. Your SpaceX, your Space Force, your Star Wars program. Stand on that, man. Stand now with thy enchantments, man. Stand with all the things that you say you're capable of, man. Right? You say, what? I'm not gonna go down. I should be a lady. Well, stand on that. Right? Let's see if thy enchantments and with thy enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, man. Go ahead, do it, man. Wherein thus has labored, right? You labored in within all of trying to reverse engineer and create this and create that, and then deceive the people, man. Go use your Project Bluebeam. Use all these different things. Use your laser weapon. Use the shutdown. Use the locking down of not having any food. Let's go ahead and not have a supply chain and food and things to be here on the planet Earth as they're meant to be. Push the charagma and force people to take it in order to eat, in order to trust in you. Because these are the things that the high-mindedness is an abomination, and you, suddenly evil is going to come upon you and you will not be able to put it off, man. Right? Go ahead and do it, man. Right? Do what we're in thus has labored, right? Since the 50s, the late 50s, you have actually been creating the charagma, right? Why people act like it's a new thing. You have been coming up with the RFID chip. You have been coming up with that technology since the 50s, technically. Late 50s. Right? But now your technology is finally caught up to where, you could implement it. Your 5G or 6G, you're going to be able to push it on a higher level throughout the world. So go ahead and do it. That you had labor from thy youth, right? If so be, thus shall be able to if thus shall be able to profit, right? You're gonna sit as a kingdom forever. Hey, if it profits you, if that's really actually what's gonna happen, if that's what's gonna make you feel good, and that's what you're gonna be able to do it. Stand on it. Let's see what happens, man. Let's see if it actually be so, right? If so be, yes, if so be, thus may it prevail, man. Hey, come on now. The Most High is, hey, man, dig it into you, man. It says that are thus wearied in the multitude of thy counsel. See, and ultimately that's what you're doing. Oh my God, let's do this. Let's have this G20 summit. Let's have this summit. Let's have this. We need this. We need this economic forum. We need this world health. Let's say this. Let's say that. Let's throw some more things. Let's throw some more spaghetti at the wall and see what sticks. Oh, we have the something virus, and let's have another virus, and we have a something, and no, it's airborne. Do what you need to do in your WHO councils, right? The WHO, what is it called? The World Health Organization, right? Do what you got to do in your WHO councils. Let the let the astrologers, right? Because you got NASA, right? You have your astrologers, the stargazers, and monthly prognosticators, right? Telling you what's in space. You know, you got your AA. What was it? AA. RO, yeah, AARO, right? All anomaly. Was it all anomaly? Um, was it? We're, I don't know. I forgot already. Forgot how to say it. AARO. But let's say let's just do the AARO, right? The abbreviations for it. Right? You have those organizations that reports these reports of actual phenomenons or just ordinary things, right? Have them report your monthly prognosticators. Stand up and save thee from the things that shall come upon thee, right? Which is your end, man. So with all that, I want to give all praises and all honor and all glory unto Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and do well. To the elder apostles that's in Connecticut, right? To you bishops, right? To you priests, you teachers, you evangelists in the four winds, preaching the truth with sincerity, risking your lives more now than ever, the hopeful elect, Shalom. To the Israelite foreigners whose phenotype may look like another nation, but bloodline goes back to Israel, through your father, and have come back to the fold. Shalom. To you sisters, you Akwathium, who listen and learn under your husband, which is your spiritual leader, with meekness and with silence, and a Baba Ball. Kwam Yasharallah.